Your voice is amplified. Okay, let me start again. Greetings, and welcome to Israel. Your voice is amplified. My name is Mhako, and yes, the weather is changing as well as the lockdown. Here, the restrictions are being loosened, so we get the chance to also get outside, have a bit of fun. And today, we decided to do it from the outside. Air ground is on the ground, so I'll be speaking to one creative artist who's versatile. She's multi-talented, and she has done so much work that most of you have possibly seen, but not known who's behind that work. I'm going to be speaking to BRIDGET MAWARIRE CAMPBELL, who is a cosmetologist. She's a dancer, and she's going to tell us a bit more about the stuff she does. Welcome to Air Ground.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
How are
Great.
you?
No, I'm good. I'm good. It's great to have you on the program. To start off with, I wanted to ask, who's Bridget? What's your background like? Your childhood?
Oh, okay. Bridget grew up in Bulawayo.
Yeah.
I moved to Gweru in 2008.
Yeah.
I'm in a family of 3, being the firstborn. No, I
Yeah.
was raised by a single mom. Yeah, that's me.
Great, great. And growing up in Bulawayo, what was your background like? What influenced your childhood? What were the things that you were interested in as a kid?
Interesting. I think everything about the way I grew up, being raised by a single mom, it comes with so many challenges. But trust me, I became a much stronger person. Even in school, in sports, I excelled. Everything was just, yeah, as good as any other childhood story.
Great. And then you moved to Harare, and I remember the first time that I got to know you, you were dancing. Was that the beginning of your creative journey?
No, not at all. I've always been creative. Even in primary school, I remember I used to be part of dance drama. I used to be part of the art drawing. I also did TG, technical graphics. So yeah, that also inspired me to be where I am today. So yeah, I think that's how I've come.
And makeup cosmetology. Tell us a bit about your work so that at least for those that are watching, they're able to really understand exactly what it is that you do. Because when I look at it, I might be looking at it from a creative point of view, but maybe there's more to it. Like, what exactly is it that you do? Do you just do makeup? Do you just do makeup for artists? What exactly is it that you do?
Oh, with what I do, uh, I create. You know, makeup has helped me to create stories. Uh, Whether it's behind the camera or it's at work with my clients, I try to create a story. For example, if it's filming, we get to enhance beauty, we get to disfigure people, we get to help with the directors and the production team to tell the story behind everything. So I think makeup on its own is a huge industry on its own. You know, Kuti, when you can't really have a production yakazvimiririra without makeup, especially nowadays. You know, you need to have a person who will tell a story better uh, with makeup.
Great. But telling that story, did you go through formal training for you to be able to do this?
No, not at all. Not at all. It's, I think from a tender age, I can say me being a fan of Charlie Chaplin. You know how
Oh,
Charlie
Charlie
Chaplin
Chaplin,
put
yes.
on his makeup, you know,
Yes.
all of that fascinated me so much, you know, watching a movie called Frankenstein, you know, all the makeup and stuff, you know, so I've always been very, very fascinated about that, you know, the change that comes with the creativity behind makeup.
This is quite fascinating that you didn't go through any formal training for you to do this, but it started from a fascination and interest from
No,
what
no.
you were seeing, which broadened your imagination. Now you run a successful cosmetology company. Wow, that's quite impressive.
Thank you.
And but what were some of the challenges that you faced when you're setting up this, getting to connect in the industry? Was it easy because you had already been actively involved as a dancer and as a creative, and then you now switched to makeup? Was it an easy transition, or it was something that you also struggled with?
I can't really say I transitioned to makeup. I've always been a dancer. I've always been into makeup, you know. So it wasn't really difficult for me to step up, you know, because it was just a matter of me just doing it, you know, at a higher scale. And the other thing, you know, having babies, uh, along the way, I just subsided a bit from dance, but still, I'm still am dancing, and also expect some work very soon.
Great. You touched on something quite interesting. A lot of women, when they become mothers, they then quit the other work, but you are balancing. You are a mother, you've got 3 kids, but you're still very active on the creative front, putting up some amazing work. How do you balance this?
Ah, it's a bit difficult, I can say, but thanks to my husband, he's always there, you know, to help with the kids, and I thank God for him and the kids as well. They do understand that when mom is working, she's working, and my husband also understands and supports me. If it means travel, means working late hours, is just there to help so that I don't have to stress kuti ndoita basa very quick or ndoita basa half done because I need to attend to the kids and be a wife at the same time. No, he just is there to help. So I think I'm trying by all means to balance everything.
For those that are not to know, her husband is also a creative. He's an acclaimed dancer and choreographer, Campbell, but he's also a producer. You know, he runs Hit Music Empire. A
Mhm.
couple of artists emerging from there. We had an interview with him sometime last year. So it's a family of creatives. Are your kids also interested in creativity? Do you think that you're also passing it on to your kids somehow?
Yes, yes, it's so amazing, hey. Uh there's Marcus. Marcus is the first boy. He he likes dancing. He loves
Oh, he
dancing.
does.
you know, he likes making noises when the father is in the studio, he's there, you know, he's so fascinated about all of that. And then the second born is a bit reserved, but I can tell he's got pipes, you know. Yeah, he likes singing.
Okay, great, great. And the last one, still too small
The
to
last one,
decide.
I don't know. I don't know yet. She's still 3 months, so
Ah,
we're still yet to
great,
discover. Yes.
great, great. And what are some of the highlights of your career? What moments did you really feel more encouraged and super proud of yourself? Is there any specific moment or specific project that you'd say, look, this really kicked me in to continue doing what I'm doing?
Uh, hey, I have so many highlights, but I'll
Yes.
tell you about one. Uh, that one is when I came to work with um, Nigerian crew, cast and crew. I got to work with cinematographers from SA, award-winning makeup artists, and some award-winning director from Canada. That was the best highlight so far. It is actually because I got to learn a lot when it comes to the art. I
Yes.
learned a lot about being professional, you know, how to handle your team, how to work
Yeah.
with them, how to create, and mostly just uh, being at an international level, you know, coming
Yes.
from my background, it was like, wow, you know, here I am, uh, you know, leaning shoulders with those people and
Yeah.
learning a lot of stuff from them.
That's so great. But talking about the industry, do you think that is appreciated much in Zimbabwe? Maybe within the creative industry, do you think that you get as much acknowledgement and appreciation as the people that bring the beauty, you know, before the cameras, before the lights, before the action, before the stage? Do you think there's enough appreciation?
Not yet, not yet, Claude. Because when it comes to, like, for example, when I'm talking to my own from my own experience, I've done a lot of work, you know, with people from Harare, South Africa, and everywhere else,
Yes.
but not much people know me, one. And, you know, when working with our local productions, especially, inyaya yekuti do me, do for me, and then it also what can I market, you
Okay.
know?
I'm
Eh,
giving you exposure,
abi
but
yangu
this exposure is
anofarira
not paying your bills.
exactly abi yangu anofarira kuitirwa zvinhu mahara, you know,
Yeah.
yet iwewe ndiwe uri kugadzira the image, you know, you are doing the quality control when it comes to what is going to be viewed by people, you know.
Yes.
And the other thing when it comes to my awards anoitwa, we've never
Yes.
heard of my crew members, for example, with
Getting.
up and you know other guys running my productions. There is no appreciation and value to it. People
Yes.
are not putting value to it, you know. Ingori nyaya yekungoti ava vanhu vanongopenda kumeso, you know, and all the credit is given to ava vamwe madirectors and vamwewo
Yes.
vagara vanoacknowledgwa kudhara in the industry, you know. So I
Yeah.
think ipapo pachiri nebasa, especially in Zimbabwe, because
Yes.
they don't really understand kuti the impact that we have in the industry.
Great. And talking about that impact, do you have a reference of maybe some of the project? I know you have mentioned the project that you did with the Nigerian, the Canadian, but on a local basis, uh, which are some of the videos or productions that you could pinpoint to say, look, I worked on that set, I worked on that, maybe 2 or 3?
Oh, okay. I've worked with my brother Pop 10.
Ah, dope, Pop 10.
Yes,
He spoke in
I've
yesterday,
worked.
you blew it out. Yes.
I've worked with my sister Masa Carol.
Caroline Massa, yeah.
Yes, I've worked with Japreza.
Awesome.
Yes, I've worked with Alec Macheso, Freeman, and Vanatre Vadongo, you know.
Yes.
So yeah, there's
Uh,
there's stuff out there that we've done.
on Alec Macheso and Freeman, is it in Gaibage?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, that was awesome. That was super awesome.
Oh yes.
Wow, dope. And 5 years from now, where do we see you? Where do we see your business?
Oh, 5 years from now, I think our brand is going to be at a better stage than
Yes.
where it is now. Because with this current time, I've learned a lot
Yes.
about myself. I've learned of some of the capabilities that I didn't know that I had, and I think I'll be a, a bit successful, not in the terms of wealth, no, but in the terms of grooming other upcoming makeup artists, people that are trying to. Hello, say hello. Hi.
Hey, hello, how are you? That's Marcus, right?
That's Marcus
Cool,
for you.
cool. Ah, no, sweet.
So
Yes, you're
yeah,
talking about grooming other artists, yeah, other young females.
yes, grooming other young women, know, to be part of this industry, and probably working with some big productions in Hollywood, you know. Yes, I think we'll be trying to get there.
Great, that's awesome. But there's a girl, there's possibly a lady, young girl, somewhere in the remote part of Zimbabwe. Maybe she is in some maybe but they're passionate about cosmetology, about food.
Sorry, the sound is a bit. Hello?
But
Hello?
how about now? Can you hear me now?
No, it's a bit windy, I think.
It's a bit windy. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Okay, how about now? Okay. Yeah, so I was asking, there's a girl who's there, maybe Lotito, or they are
Uh-huh.
Lure, or somewhere around in Harare, and
Mm.
they about cosmetology and film, and they would want to get into your field, but they are not confident about themselves. They don't see opportunities. What would you say to them to encourage them?
Just go for it. Go for it, and especially like talking from what I've seen,
Yeah.
chinoti tsosere vanhu kumashure, especially when it comes to makeup, is
Yes.
thinking kuti we need to use zvinhu zviri expensive, kana kuti we need to use those big brands. It's not that, like you said, toti munhu ari kunotito. I think kungoshandisa zvinhu zvaunenge uinazvo, utilizing the small things, little things that you have, and trying to create from that. I think ndo zvinotoita, and just telling yourself kuti I can do it. you
Yeah.
know, and kungodzidza, you know, appreciating the next person who is already doing it, you know, because imwe problem yatinayo sevanhukadzi is ndikaona Bridget achizviita instead of kuona an inspiration out of it, ndinoona a competitor, you know, ndinoona kuti no, I can actually do this better, but usingazive kuti pauri ipapo, kuti ubve ipapo, you need to learn from those people. You know, like I think them just humbling themselves and listening to what people are saying, you know, and always being up to date with the trends, you know, kuti chi chiri kuita, chi chisiri kuita, and all of that.
Wow, that's great. That's great. And what are some of the biggest lessons that you have learned in your career that you'd say, look, this key lesson has helped me get to where I am today?
Ingati, just being around people, being around different people from different races and with different mindsets. You know, it have taught me a lot, even with the way that I work with people. Ukavunza even vanhu vanouya at my workplace or vanhu vandinosangana navo, they will tell you kuti Bridget is an open book. You know, 1, 2, I communicate, you know, I'm professional. So, and sometimes, you know, meeting people, Vekuti, they give you criticism, productive criticism, you know, has taught me to move past things and just upgrade everything with the way that I do it or the way that I create. Is basically learning from the people and you know, be it friends, be it my family, be it my clients.
Wow. No, that's great. And when you're not working, when you're not doing any makeup or any creative work, what do you like to do the most?
When I'm not working, I like spending time with my husband and kids, and dancing as well, and going
Do you guys
out.
dance together?
Yes, we still are dancing.
Great.
Quarantine panapa ka.
Yeah.
Expect a few clips, you know, for
Cool.
choreography. Yes.
Who
I
dances
like
the
going out.
better? Who dances the best, you or Calvin?
Who's the best?
Yeah, who's the best between you and your husband?
Calvin has good moves. Calvin has good moves.
That's great. That's great.
Yes.
Yeah. Great. And before we go, who's on your playlist? Which 3 artists are you listening to currently?
Which 3 artists am I listening to?
Yes.
Locally or internationally?
Maybe 2 international, 3 local.
Okay. There's some of my productions from Hit Music Empire.
Great.
Yes. And there is Janet Manyor. There's my brother Jafeza. And there's Masa Carol. Yeah.
Awesome.
Those are on my playlist.
And internationally?
Internationally, I have Soul to Soul.
Okay. Kenya.
Yes. Sorry?
Soul to Soul from Kenya, right?
Yes, Soul to Soul from Kenya. I have Miss Beyonce.
Okay.
And
Great.
Cardi B.
Nice one. Nice one.
Yes.
Great. And if there's somebody who's watching, how do people that want to get in touch with you they're an artist, they're a producer, or they're into film, how do they contact you? Are you what are your handles? What's your email, or how do they access you?
Oh, okay. So I have my own private account on Instagram. It's
Yes.
Bree_CM,
Okay, Bria
and I
underscore.
have a business account, which is Real Touch ZW. And then on Facebook, there is my private account again. That's Bridget Mawarire Campbell.
Yes.
And there is my business account, which is Real Touch Beauty Store.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yes.
Great. Wow. It's been great, and thank you so much. I'm quite encouraged, quite inspired to see the work that we are doing. To really put in the name, but now that they're seeing a lot of these beautiful visuals, and they're like, oh, this is the person, which is quite great. And like you said, a lot of the times it's mainly the directors, or it's mainly the artist, the musician who gets the limelight,
Oh, yeah.
yes, but you guys, you put in so much work to make sure that we see beautiful setup, we see beautiful artists, and I really appreciate your time. I know you're a busy lady, and I appreciate you having on the ground.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much. And I also appreciate the work you're doing, man.
Thank you.
You're the drive. You're the vibe.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's great to hear that from you. And pass my greetings to Kelvin and the whole family.
Oh,
Yeah, and until next time, I have the family here, but they're somewhere there. Yeah, until next time, let's stay tuned on Amplified.